Hey everybody, and welcome back. So in today's video we are setting up for February. We are going to do our whole setup, that way we are prepared for the month, and hopefully nothing crazy like last month happens for this month. It'll be fabulous. There's only 28 days this month, or 29 days this month, so let's see. So we're going to flip on over to February here. We are in our Erin Condren 7x9 monthly planner here. And then we have all of our kits for February. They are listed. If you're interested, you can head over there and check them out. So here's our monthly view, what it looks like there. Then we have this one, which I'm using this one for my debt because why not? Like, it screams it. But perfect. So we have our debt and transaction log, and then another thick washi here with a pretty floral, our paycheck breakdown, our budget kit, and then I did a heart one. So if you're in the mood for Valentine's, I have a heart one going on. Then we have our weekly check-in, transaction log, our washi again, sinking funds, and transaction log. So we're setting all of that up in today's video. So let's go ahead and get started. I will be doing my numbers off camera because they take quite a while to get all down. So I will do that off camera and then show y'all it after. But let's start with our monthly view. So in our monthly view, what I like to put in here is all of our cash transactions. And then obviously gas stays in the bank account just because we use our card to pay for that. And then all of our bills are tracked in here as well. That way we know they were paid and stuff. There is a holiday. We have President's Day, Mardi Gras, Groundhog's Day, and President's Day all in February. So there are fun things there. But this is just what our monthly view is going to look like. And I will set up all of our date headers. So I'm going to give you a glimpse of what it will look like. So there is one of them. So super cute. Kind of went with the black on the pink, so it kind of popped a little bit more. All right, flipping over. So we have these sheets here. So for this month, I have one goal, and that is file taxes. Because that is a big major thing. So I'm hoping by the end of this month I'll have ours fully filed and ready to go. I know I work at the office, but we get busy and it's hard to focus on my own when I'm doing others. So when we slow down after a couple weeks from now, we should be good, and I can put mine in and file it. So we'll get it done. Important dates. We do have Landon's B-Day, and then Sister's B-Day coming up in February. Sister's is on the 13th, and Nephew's is on the 24th. It's either the 24th or the 27th. I think his is the 27th and his birthday party's the 24th. I think that's why I have the two dates in my head. Alright, so those are kind of something that is going on for this month. Now, over here on this side, I like to set up our debt tracker page first. So, and this month for paying on student loans, I have decided, because I've noticed that they still aren't taking interest yet. Don't know why it's not, but it was at one point adding interest, but currently mine is not adding interest. So I'm gonna put the full 100 towards my one that I'm trying to pay off first and get that even lower for this month. So I'm super excited. But I was looking at it earlier and I was like, that is exactly what we are going to do. Okay. So I have these listed in the order that we would like to get them paid off. So first up is a student loan. Number 2 Then we have the Camaro, so we can get something off of James's credit. Then we have student loan. I have 4 individual student loans that have different APRs, and that I can pay individually to get down faster, which I like mine broken up a little bit like this. So, and then student loan 3, and then last one, student loan 1. Okay, and then our next one would be the Highlander, and then medical. So let's put our totals down. All right, so student loan number 2, we owe $1,844.20. The Camaro is $11,224.06. Number 4 is $1,077.43. Student loan number 3, $3,378.32. Number 1 is $3,347.53. I don't have the number yet for the Highlander. I'm still waiting on it to finish closing. And then medical is $13,315. So once I get Highlander, I know exactly what our debt is for February. Okay. And then I didn't rewrite down my APRs and stuff. Alright, I'm gonna have to fill in the APRs later so I don't have to keep flip-flopping back and forth. Alright, so we're gonna use our thick washi here. So I like to track every time I make a payment towards our debt, so that way we know when we paid it and how much it was. And we just do it right below it. That way we know it goes together and doesn't take up a whole nother sheet for just a few transactions. All right. There we go. Transaction log. Beautiful. All right, so that is this layout here. So we will go in and write how much we end up paying at the end of the month and what our ending numbers are. Hopefully, depending on when we do receive our tax return, if it's this month or next month, we might get rid of student loan number 2 by the end of those months. Who knows? We'll see. Well, we're trying to figure out what exactly we want to do with our refund this year. So, flipping on over, these 2 sheets are probably the most important ones to get done because it gives us a complete overview of what our budget is going to be on this side, and then the income that comes in for this month to fund up our March bills and expenses. So let's go ahead and lay down our thick washies. Go ahead and lay down our paycheck breakdown right here. Okay, and then we have a 3 that we keep our income, 1, 2, 3. Put that there. Then a space. Beautiful. Now we're going to flip over. break that up a little bit. All right, now we're gonna flip over and lay out the first part of our budget, because I like to do the budget side first, so that way we know how much income we're gonna have. So let's lay down our income for our budgeted side here. Perfect. Okay. Let me flip to my February budget. All right, so for sources of income, we put down 3 different categories. So we have James, myself, which my income includes if I do any DoorDash, and then my school paycheck. So there's that. And then other, we are putting everything else into, including my check from the tax office, because we're trying to budget that separately into sinking funds as much as we can. So that is where that income goes. All right, so now let's put our total line and then what our estimated budget for February is going to look like. And for our estimated, I try to go under. That way, if anything comes up, we are still good. We're able to figure it out with what the least amount possible of income we expect. So for James's checks, he makes a really good amount, like hourly, but it gets eat up in taxes and insurance and all that kind of stuff. So his checks some weeks are like $700. So we take the smallest amount, which is about $700 a week, times that by how many paychecks he'll have come in. So for February, that'll be about $2,800 from his income, and that's it. For myself, my checks are a little over $400, not much more than that. So for mine, we budgeted $800, and if I realize that we were out of work because of a snow day or something else, I'll try to go out and do some DoorDash to kind of help make up that difference. That's kind of gonna be my idea of trying to keep balance. That way I'm definitely helping contribute, because it's hard. And then for other income is $350. So I did way less than expected, just in case I'm not working every single Saturday and Sunday at the tax office. I wanted to go under. So let's see, 350 divided by 4. So that's about $87 a paycheck each week. So because I know there will be one weekend in February where we have my nephew's birthday party we're going to be going to, so I won't be working a full day there. So my check will definitely be lower. So I just wanted to make sure I was under. So total income expected is going to be about $4,050 for February. So next up, we like to do is get all of our expenses down. So the first thing that we did is all of our fixed expenses, which they don't change. They're the same amount month after month. So, and then we have our variable ones that fluctuate and change, such as our power and water, as y'all could tell from last month. If you've seen that video, if you haven't, you should go check out how last month's went for us. All right, and starting, I don't think I did it last month. Let's see. Okay. No. Okay, so starting this month, I am separating out the Highlander and the Camaro. That way, if we put extra towards the Camaro, we can actually put the actual amount that we put. So the Highlander is still only getting its regular amount of the fixed amount. So and its monthly payment is $506 a month. Then we have the Camaro, so we're going to put it on variable side. And we have it budgeted at $414. Next up for the fixed side will be rent. Rent gets $700. Then we have Allstate, which is our insurance, and that's $374. Cell phone, which is $166. Internet, which is $66. Around this month and into March is usually about the time that our year's up on whatever fixed amount that we're set in at. So I might be seeing a change to internet, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't received any updates on that, so I'm not sure. Then we have pest control at $35. And oh, student loans. No, we're gonna put student loans on variable. All right, so rest of variable, we'll have student loans. We're budgeting 100, so we'll see what we actually end up with at the end of February. Then we have our utilities, so our power, which for power for February, I had, was it 400? 300. No, I moved the 100 from the water here into power. So it'll be 400 and 400 for power and only 100 for water. Okay. And I think that's all of our bills. So moving on into our cash envelope. So for groceries, gas, spending, miscellaneous, those are our cash envelopes. Groceries is budgeted. We have $500 for groceries. And then for gas, we have $400. Spending, did not receive anything, nor did miscellaneous. Now for our little extras, so we have sinking funds, debt, cushion, and then anything that may come up that's unbudgeted. Oh, that's what I forgot in my January recap. I had a $24 unbudgeted. All of these, we don't have anything budgeted for. It's what we actually were able to put in throughout the month is how we look at those. All right, so let's lay down our total expense stickers. We're gonna skip a line because there's always a possibility I have missed something. So we're gonna add these up. So for our fixed side, we're at $1,847. And then for the variable side of 414 plus 100, 400, 100, 500, 400. And then on this side, it is, let me do that again. is 1,914 is our budgeted amount. So these numbers here, the actual amounts here, and then these numbers here, we have already saved. Hold on. Not the cars. The rent below and then student loans below, we have already put the money aside, and those are taken care of for the month of February. So if we get any extra money in that we'll put towards Camaro or student loans, that's where that will be coming from. So we're not taking from our budgeted numbers there. Okay. So let's flip this and put it in the middle. Or not, because that is not centered. Love that these are removable stickers and I can pick them up and slide them to fit where I want them. Alright, so that is what our budget for February is looking like. Our income that's expected to come in for the month to fund our March bills and expenses is $4,050. Now let's see how we're going to break it down to work it into our paycheck breakdown. Alright, so once again, we're just listing all of our incomes straight down. So James, Mel, and then other here. So it was the same numbers. So 2,800 for James, 800 for myself, and 350 from the office. So 4,050 for the month. All right, and then next up, we are going to list every expense that we have all the way down. Now, now I'm trying to decide. I think I might separate the Highlander and the Camaro, just in case. Yeah, we're gonna separate them for this month and next month. All right. So we have the Highlander, the Camaro, then we have rent, Allstate, power, water, cell phone, student loan, internet, pest control. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's all of them. Then this is our sinking fund or cash envelope stuffings. So grocery, cash envelopes, that's what I'm trying to say. Gas, spending, sinking funds, debt, yeah, that's all we're going to list. All right, so those are all of our categories. So we're going to lay down our total strip and put it here, just in case there has been something forgotten. All right, so for the Highlander, our budgeted amount is $506. The Camaro is $414. Rent, we budget $700. Allstate is $374. Power, we are budgeting $400 again. Water is going to get budgeted at $100. Cell phones is $166. Student loans $100. And March is when I should get the new payment amount on how much it should be paid. Then internet right now is $66. Pest control $35. So that covers all of our bills. Now let's subtract that and see what we still have left over All right, so we have $1,189. And I told y'all that all of our income from the tax office I want to put in sinking funds. So we're going to be putting $350 into the sinking funds. So that now leaves us with $839. So we're going to be putting $350 into gas. All right, and then groceries will have $489 to put into there. And then currently, nothing will go into spending and nothing will go into debt. Now, adding all this up does equal our $4,050 for our budgeted amount. All right, so with that being said, I don't know why those were sticking up. We take our budgeted amount here, and I will, for the most part, divide it by how many pay periods or how many paychecks we have coming in. But because I only get paid twice a month from the school, the last 2 weeks here are when my paychecks will be accounted for in our budget. So I have a lot of the bills coming in less on the first 2 weeks and more on the second 2 weeks. So that way my paychecks can help cover those. So it's not going to look like a lot in some of them just because we need it to go elsewhere. So it's just going to be a tug of war kind of game. So I see it. But here is what February's budget and paycheck breakdown look like. Flipping over, now we are going to be just setting up our weekly check-in, transaction log, and then our sinking fund and its transaction log. And these don't take but a few minutes to set up. And if you're tracking your expenses daily, when you're going to the store, if you just jot it down on your expense tracker each time you go, and then once a week even go in and just update all of your spending and seeing what you have left, would really help and focus. So this month we only have groceries and gas, so we're going groceries, gas, unbudgeted, and leaving a blank space. So I am going to go ahead and put down all four because my butt is going to get these done this time. I'm not playing games. I want to get them up for y'all. So there's that. Then we have this one. Perfect. All right, so there's a weekly check-in. So it'll be groceries, gas, unbudgeted for there. And then our strip over here. So transaction log. Alright, so transaction log, and then our last setup, I think I might do this, no, we're not going to do that. I was going to put them both on one sheet, but if our tax refund comes back this month, we'll be adding some more sinking funds to our list. So we will just leave it separate this month and see what happens. So. We'll just put this all the way at the bottom here. And then this one here. Okay, and then flip over. Okay. And then this one. Perfect. All right, so only thing we have left is to write in our sinking fund categories that we are going to be trying to put stuffing with our money from the office. So first up, the ones I'm listing now are from in alphabetical order, but if we add any later, they will not be no longer, so it's fine. All right, so we have Alexis. And currently she has $100, which we'll be taking out the first week for her gymnastics. Then we have car taxes, which currently has 62 from last month. And we need pretty much $85 in total. So we need to add just a little bit more than that to finish funding that for our car taxes that we have due. We will need to put some into gifts so we can get my sister something for her birthday and then my nephew something for his birthday. There is a holiday, so we want to get some money so the kids can get Valentine's for their classmates, and then I can get them a little something for Valentine's Day. Then we have school. There is always a field trip, pictures, they want to buy snacks, something coming up with the school. I don't know if they're going to do a Valentine's dance this year. I don't know. But I do want to get money set aside into school. So those ones there are kind of what we're going to look at right now. There are a whole list of categories that I would love to put money in. But right now, these are what we need for the month of February. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We will need to add another $100 back in to Alexis before the end of the month to pay for gymnastics in March. Once we hit car taxes, we won't need that again until August, so we can just add a small amount as we need. Gifts for my nephew, probably something maybe $20-$25 range. My older sister, maybe $40 to $45 range. Holiday, I do want to get probably about $50 in there, just so there's enough to get them things for school, as well as me get them something for them. And then school is kind of a whatever we can put in there thing. So, but that's what we're looking at. So let's flip through our whole view here. So I will go in and put our date headers in, but this is our monthly. We have our debt tracker and transaction logs set up. Goals to get taxes filed. We have Landon's birthday and sister's birthday. We have our paycheck breakdown set up. I feel really good and confident for this month, so let's see how it goes. February's budget is set up and ready to make sure everything comes out. Nothing has changed in the amounts, and then we need to adjust it going forward if it does. We have our weekly check-in set up, and it looks really pretty with these hearts. I'm loving it because it just really bright and stands out. So to me, at least, absolutely love the weekly check-in. And then we have our sinking funds and its transaction log ready to go. So let's see what February has in store. Let me know in the comments, have you gotten February ready to go? Are you already looking ahead at March? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear and read all of them. Even if I don't respond to them, I have read them. Y'all make me laugh so much on some of them. But I greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I can't wait to catch you on my next video. Bye-bye now.